Hey guys, what's up? In this video, we're talking about how to work out effectively while on a diet to lose fat. Technically, you can still lose body fat as long as you make sure that you're eating below your maintenance calories or you're eating below what you would normally would eat so that you're in some type of deficit. You also want to still continue working out because that's going to ensure that when you do lose all the body fat that you want to lose, you're not going to be skinny or you're not going to be scrawny. It's going to look way better if you still have muscle on your frame when you lose all the body fat that you want to lose. So what kind of workouts should you do right now when you are losing body fat? The answer to this is actually pretty simple. The workouts that you should do right now should be the same exact thing that you were doing even before transitioning to this fat loss diet. And the reason for this is because the same workouts that help you develop the muscles that you currently have right now or help you create them will be the same exact thing that's going to help you preserve it and keep it when you start losing body fat. Generally, when I say workouts, I'm talking about an activity that involves weight training or some type of weight. But you can also use cardiovascular workouts for your activity of choice when it comes to losing body fat. Also, when you hear people say the best workouts to lose more body fat, they're usually talking about cardiovascular workouts because these are the type of activities that's going to help you burn a lot more calories. An example of this will be swimming, boxing. Those would be the best workouts for losing more body fat because the calories that you burn for doing these type of activities will be a lot higher compared to weight training. But if your main goal is to retain as much muscle as you can, then weight training will be the best choice. But when it comes to choosing the best workouts or activities for you when you are losing body fat, the best thing will be something that you can do consistently and without any interruption. So the best workout for you will be different compared to somebody who is, for example, their main goal is to retain as much muscle as they can, like a bodybuilder. So pick a workout that you know you're going to be able to maintain and be able to do consistently, and that's going to be the best workout for you. But hopefully, you would know what kind of workouts or activities will suit you best so that when you do transition to your fat loss diet, it's going to be a lot easier for you to kind of just continue what you were doing before. At this point, you don't want to be experimenting with other activities like weight training if you have never done that activity, for example, because it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to recover since you have a lot less calories that you're consuming and your body fat is a lot less as well. Let's talk about your intensity and your performance when it comes to doing the workouts. I know it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to put the same type of effort to your workouts right now because you're low in calories, your body fat level is low, but making sure that you put the same type of effort to your workouts will ensure that you're going to be able to maintain your muscle mass and that you won't lose as much muscle as you would if you just kind of go through your workouts and don't really try your best. So still put a lot of effort in your workouts and make sure that your goal is to be as intense as you can and be the best that you can when doing your workouts because this is going to ensure that you're going to be able to preserve a lot of your muscle as you continue to lose more body fat. There's actually a few things that you can do that can help you maintain your intensity and help you really push yourself when it comes to your workouts. And a lot of this actually takes place outside of the gym and outside of the place that you would normally work in. Sleep is actually the biggest thing when it comes to all this. So make sure that you are getting 8 hours sleep every day because this will make a lot of difference when it comes to your focus, your performance, and your intensity when it comes to your workouts. Also, this will help you get fully recovered so that the next time you work out, you have no problem and you're not sore or anything like that. Also, be aware of your mental state at this point. If you take advantage of your consistency and your habits around your workouts and your mental preparation before each and every workout, you'll be surprised how focused you can get and how amazing your workouts can be if you don't do all this. Because at this point, when you're low in calories, when you're low in body fat, there's a lot of mental game that's going on. In my actual experience of getting to a really low body fat, I made sure that my discipline and a lot of my mental situation has been figured out so that the lower my body fat went, the more discipline and the more mental stable I got because I knew it was really important. So I made sure that my priority was my recovery and then my mental situation or my mental state. So this is exactly what I want you guys to also do when it comes to your workouts when you get to that level. It's still possible to put a lot of effort and put a lot of intensity in your workouts right now, even though your calories are really low and you're feeling tired all the time. You just have to make sure that your discipline is on point and you're really taking care of your recovery as far as your sleep and your rest. You're also going to get those days where you feel like you just want to eat more than what you're eating right now. But if you just pay attention to your recovery, you make sure that you're getting 8 hours sleep every day, you will see that it will solve a lot of this problem. As far as food, I personally find it really helpful to have a nice meal an hour or maybe 2 hours before my workouts. I know some people can't really do this because it's really hard for them to digest the food, and if they do an intense workout right afterwards, they end up throwing up. But I personally never had any issues with this. Maybe my body just digests it faster, but my workouts usually last for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. So having a nice meal like this is gonna make sure that I have energy throughout the whole workout that I have. Maybe it's psychological because your body really needs time to digest the food that you just ate, and it really doesn't digest all the nutrients that fast. But that really helps me out, and maybe you can use that for yourself as well. So look into that. Try to have a meal or maybe a small meal before your workouts, and then try to work your way up to having a larger meal. But give it a try, see if that works for you. But having a nice meal before a workout really helps. You can also play around with pre-workout supplements like caffeine or pre-mix pre-workout supplements. A lot of them actually are low in calories. They don't even have carbs. So give it a try, see if that works for you. In my experience, that really helps. I definitely prefer a lot of caffeine before my workouts because it's a good stimulant for me to keep my intensity and keep my workouts going. Also, it's a good way for you to suppress your appetite. So, for example, if you're fasting and you're not eating anything before your workouts, maybe having a cup of coffee or having a pre workout, that's going to help you kind of sustain your energy throughout your workout without even having any meal in your body. I'm actually not a big fan of cardiovascular workouts, not because it's not good for you or it doesn't really help you. It's just that I'd rather use my energy doing weight training workouts because I know it's going to help me retain more muscle mass. So I actually didn't do cardiovascular workouts until maybe the last month of my fat loss phase. And I did it because I didn't want to cut my calories even more and I didn't want to eat less than what I'm eating already. So I had to do extra activity just for that. So cardiovascular workouts for me has always been a supplemental thing. And I'm saying this because if your main workout choice is weight training, then you're gonna have to keep a few things in mind when you are doing them during your fat loss phase or when you're losing body fat. As you lose more and more body fat, you're gonna have to pay attention to your workout choices. If you were doing a lot of heavy compound movements prior to transitioning to your fat loss phase, your leverages are gonna be affected because you're losing body fat, especially in your stomach area. If you were doing a lot of benching, for example, since your leverages are gonna be different because your stomach is gonna be a lot more smaller, then you might have to go deeper than before. Same thing with squatting. If you're like me who doesn't really use belt for your workouts, then it's gonna be a lot more difficult for you to kind of maintain your balance when you have really heavy weights on your back or if you're pulling really heavy weights from the floor. So try to be aware of all this so that you can continue pushing yourself while also being careful and being safe. If you have any questions for me, if you want to discuss anything, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.